You do have to fancy them to kick on and win this game quite comfortably.
Clearly not intimidated by the haka, Nigel.
100.
I think you're quite right. They enjoyed the haka along with the crowd. And Hazel and Caldwell just looking to
81.
push Australia as hard as they can, but when you do look at the standard, Whitlock and Nicholson, one of the favourites to go on and win the World Cup of Darts. Certainly up there alongside the Dutch and the English.
Well, the Aussies must surely think that he should have won the World Cup last year.
60.
Nicholson had first crack at a double. He missed, and Taylor missed for England, and then Whitlock missed, and then finally Lewis hit it. Double 5. Wonder if that chance will come again. In the opposite half of England, they're in the same half as the Dutch duo.
And Australia expected to go on and face Belgium tonight in the last 16. That'll be a good game. Whitlock and Nicholson up against the Hybrex boys. That'll be well worth watching tonight. Whitlock now for Australia.
Bad 20, call that. And not much of a visit either from the big bearded Australian. Lucky for Caldwell, who did play very well in that first game against Croatia, to be fair, against Marjanovic and Restovic.
46.
I think 3-1-80s in that match, to be fair. New Zealand, and Caldwell, as you say, very impressive. Had his moments, I think it's fair to say. Now, Nicholson just looking to set up a finish for Whitlock.
79.
Treble 18. And Hazel and New Zealand well behind here. It's a nice second dart.
100.
Steady turn leaves the top for New Zealand if they get the chance, but this is Whitlock now. Surely you would expect him to finish 67. Hits the treble 17, goes for the double 8, right on cue. 2-0 Australia. Paul Nicholson wants to win at every opportunity. 3-1 Australia have the advantage here now against their great rivals New Zealand. And Australia, we know, already safely through. And these are nice darts from Nicholson. Can he fill it up here this time? A wicked deflection with the last dart, but still a great start from Nicholson. And now a response from Caldwell.
100.
He's a tidy player, this fella. Whitlock well below his best in this match. Nicholson marginally the better player for Australia at the moment. And coming next, Scotland, Sweden in Group C. Scotland will need 3 legs to qualify, and it's win or bust for the Swedes. So that's coming up next on this Saturday afternoon, where the groups will be decided before we go into the last 16 and the knockout stages tonight here in the World Cup of Darts. And Nicholson continues to hit the treble 20s pretty regularly.
Well, they have got probably the toughest last 16 tie imaginable, really, because Belgium, the best of the non-seeds, really, you'd have to say, with Kim Hybrex in the team. Well, great last dart from the Wizard. He wields his wand to leave 76.
And for a second breaker throw, Nicholson will come forward. And to go within a leg of the match, and an unbeaten effort in the group stages for Australia. 16 for tops. He's staying up the board here. Double 18 now.
58.
Well, you'd still fancy Whitlock to be back to finish that leg off. New Zealand with Caldwell looking for 115. That's a nice start. He's hit 2. He went 15 for tops and he's missed it. Double line for Australia for a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, that's slipped, no question. 2 9s. Wizard. The 1 double 4 for 4-1. There's the 1 for the double 4.
14.
Wow.
New Zealand, you require 14.
Hazel, tops. To Marker. Getting closer. Oh, just get the feeling he used that second dart to his advantage, and New Zealand have got a second leg on the board, and Australia will be frustrated. Whitlock well below his best in this match, and for them to face the Hybrex brothers, Australia-Belgium, it's going to need Whitlock to raise his performance levels, because Nicholson is the better of the two at the moment, Rod.
Yeah, it's difficult really, because they knew they were already through before the game even kicked off, and you know, sportsmen can talk all they like about being professional every match and performing at their best and giving 100%. When you know you've already won, you don't need to win a game. It is impossible, frankly, to play at the highest level of peak performance when you know, frankly, the game doesn't matter. I mean, when it comes down to the business, yeah, it'll be different, I'm sure. When the fear factor comes in, they know if they get beat, they're out. Then it'll be different, I'm sure, against the Belgians. This is great stuff from Caldwell.
Seemed to snatch at that last dart. 3 180s for New Zealand in their opening game.
The Nicholson salute.
100.
And they will salute another ton from the Geordie come Aussie. Or Aussie come Geordie.
Hazel now looking to hit the big numbers, does so for New Zealand. But Australia, well, this would be some party piece from Whitlock. Treble 13 for double 16. Double 16 for a 1-2-1. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant from Simon Whitlock. And the real Simon Whitlock finally stands up. Not bad.
Well, that was what we saw repeatedly in the 2010 World Darts Championship when he really burst onto the PDC scene. Those 3-figure checkouts, 170s, 130s, and also he was plucking them out from all angles.
90s.
He is a brilliant combination finisher, arguably the best in the world when on blob, on song.
Nice cover from Caldwell. Whitlock looking for the big score here now. They'd love to finish the game in this leg. In fact, they should have been 5-1 winners by now. That 1-2-1 would have been enough for Whitlock and Australia had they seen out the previous leg. But credit to New Zealand, they were there to take the chance when it was there for them.
41.
Australia heading through as group winners of Group G here. This man with a huge following throughout the game, and a nice second dart again. Lovely ton 40 from Nicholson. Delightful darts.
Yeah, he calls his fans A-listers, doesn't he? You follow him on Twitter, don't you?
Do you?
enjoy
It's
that?
a good read. It's a good read. He is. It's a good read, Paul Nicholson. No doubt about it.
Well, what it will mean is a match against Belgium, and they played last year as well. The Aussies won,
59.
and it will bring back memories of that infamous World Championship tie when Kim Hybrex beat Paul Nicholson at the Ali Pali a couple of years back. Or if you believe Paul Nicholson, Kim Hybrex's girlfriend Dana beat him in the World Championship.
Australia require 106.
Yeah, he's said one or two things in the past, Paul, that he regrets, I'm sure. All part of the passion of the game. He is a passionate player. Double 16 for the match. And to round it off in style, brilliant finishing, and Paul Nicholson is He's approaching something like his best with a performance like that. Australia unbeaten. They win Group G. 2 10-plus checkouts from Nicholson and from Whitlock. But Australia know that they could have won that more comprehensively.